Tonight in small group, we're going to be looking at a familiar passage for most people. Whether you grew up in church or you didn't, you've probably heard the story of the woman at the well and Jesus' interaction. And so John chapter 4 kind of narrates this really long story of significance. And that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. And so instead of having y'all look at all 42 verses and kind of clunk through that, I'm going to kind of help navigate a little bit of that for you guys because I really want us to be able to talk through this passage. And so historically, Samaria was not a destination city. It was a city of racially mixed Jews and Gentiles. And a good Jewish person would never go through it because if they came in contact with someone from Samaria, it would cause them to be ceremonial unclean. That's another topic for another day, but I want you guys to understand this, that Jesus doesn't play those games. He is cutting right through all of that, and we're going to see this in this story. And so the route from Judea to Galilee, which is the route that Jesus is taking here, it was the shortest route is to go through Samaria. And so this is exactly what Jesus does. But I feel like he doesn't just go through it because it's the shortest route. He goes through that because he has someone to meet. And we will see her in a second. And so Jesus comes in contact with the Samaritan lady at this well, and he does something that is pretty unthinkable. He speaks to her, and this breaks down culture and tradition, but again, Jesus doesn't play these games. He is not going to allow the rules that man made to dictate how he is going to fulfill his purpose. He is in charge, he is the man, and this is what we see him doing. We see him engage her, and then he challenges her. But he does this in the most kind way possible because he knows that she's coming to the well at the hottest part of the day. Most likely because the other people that would go to the well would probably treat her unkindly and not be very nice to her and kind of cast her aside because of the skeletons that she has in her closet. And we all have skeletons in our closet. And the problem with the culture that we live in is probably the similar culture that they lived in, is people like to hold our skeletons over our head hostage and kind of let our past define us. And Jesus doesn't play those games. This is not how he functions. He speaks to her and he begins to interact with her in this beautiful way. He opens her mind just like he does Nicodemus's. He sees this moment where he speaks truth into her life, and he sees how that one conversation shapes the entire city's narrative. What we're told is that she goes on to share what Jesus has done in her life with so many other people in the city of Samaria. And in verse 39, it says this: "And many Samaritans from that town believed because of this woman's testimony." And so I don't want to hold you guys back any longer. I want y'all to dive into this passage. So enjoy.